What's going on, y'all? So this is really a business channel. Welcome to Acquisitions Blue. I'm just gonna do a POV. We're just gonna drive home, and yeah, we're in the Genesis right now. I appreciate the person in the comments on my short who said it's just a Hyundai. Hey man, say man, if this is just a Hyundai, I'm for it. So anyway, I don't know what type of content you guys want to see. This is a business channel for you guys that don't know. I do real estate. Been doing really well. Left my corporate job last year. Worked for one of the biggest career companies in the U.S. Technically, in the world actually. Technically, it's a technology company, but we can get into that more later if you guys want to know more about that. But man, been doing well. Six-figure earner right now. Grateful to God, but like I said, we in the Genesis. I love this car. It's not really a flex video, according to the person in my comments. It's just a Hyundai. It's not something special. But hey, every time I get in this car, I love it. I have plans for sports cars in the future. My business partner had a BMW M4 competition after not barely our first year working for ourselves. And man, that was an inspiration to me. So have plans for either M4 comp, an M8 comp, or maybe might go the Mercedes route because I love good interiors, which is what I love about this car. Is they've done a really good job with the interiors on these cars, whether you say it's just a Hyundai or, you know, every vehicle has a lot of car companies have a luxury division, right? So Lexus, who makes Lexus, right? Like, that's very normal. But they did a really good job with these cars. Like, everything feels quality. The reason I got this car is because when I go back home, I live in Connecticut now, but back home is Pennsylvania. A lot of times when I go back home with my partner, we like to both have a car because hang out with our own people. And I'll typically rent a luxury car from Enterprise. And one day they gave me a Genesis. I didn't even know Genesis was a brand at that point. And it was a G70, and I had a really good experience in it. Rolling down the windows felt like quality. Opening the doors, shutting the doors felt like quality. The car felt heavy, drove really smooth. And then lo and behold, not even a year later, closed a big real estate deal and was able to, my partner was looking for a new car at the time. She ended up taking my red line edition Equinox, which I love that car. 110,000 miles on it, no problems at all. She took my car to have a bigger car, and I was like, I'm gonna give this Genesis a try. So this is a 2026 GV70. I'll show you guys the outside real quick. Ambient lighting is no joke. You can change the colors on these things. I have it's some type of blue. I don't know the name of the color of the car, but I wanted this color because it was new specifically for 2026. So car looks good, I think. You see a lot of really nice cars in Connecticut, especially down here where I'm at, near Westport, Norwalk, Wilton, these areas. You see a lot of nice cars. You also see a lot of Genesis. So they seem to be a very well-respected brand. They're on the up and up. If you've seen some of the cars that they've been releasing lately and have planned to release, they're doing a really good job. Look at the detail on the lights. So anyway, I'm just gonna drive home. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, but man, rolling down the windows is quality. The door shut is like, it's a really good quality heavy door shut. Touch screen in this bad boy is no joke. Love the dialer. And I mean, the sports car enthusiast will probably roast me, but I do feel like this car moves. 300 horsepower, I believe it's rated at. You can get the higher version, which I believe is 350, 375 horses. But obviously you sacrifice some gas mileage if you do that. And I already don't get the best mileage in this car. I typically drive in sport, but I'm averaging 19 miles per gallon in this bad boy. So, you drive it. If you drive, it's a really smooth, one of the first things I noticed about this car when I first got it is it's extremely smooth. Like, once again, the car enthusiast might roast me, and this is not a car channel, but the only other time, maybe it's because I haven't experienced enough cars, but the only other time I got in a car and really was like, wow, this is crazy smooth, is my grandfather's 2018 Porsche Macan base model. I drove that. He got that in like 2021, I think. And I drove it and I was like, that was the first time I got in a car and I was like, I noticeably felt like I was on clouds. I think one time I rented some type of Audi from Enterprise. Might have been like a SQ3 or something like that. That also felt smooth. It wasn't the exact same effect, but it did feel noticeably smoother. Personal preference, this feels almost, this honestly was the same feeling I got when I drove my granddad's Porsche Macan. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want to gas it, but like when I drove that was from the G70 when I felt that. I was like, this G70 is smooth. And then when I got in the GV70, I was like, this literally feels like the Macan. So I don't know. I don't know which one is technically smoother. Obviously, Porsche's an entirely different tier of car. Genesis is trying to compete with like BMW, Audi. I was doing some research. I think Acura is on a similar. I think they're trying to compete in that same market, but Genesis is trying to compete. I mean, if you Google it, their direct competitors are basically BMW, Audi. So I definitely feel it from the experiences I've had in those cars. So yeah, but touchscreen is crazy. Do love it. I think it's OLED. Once again, could be wrong there. This is not a car channel, but it's very clear. I actually have the brightness down right now because it gets extremely bright. So I'm not even going to turn that up right now. I don't know if that'll mess with the camera. But like I said, like I'm going to put it in sport in a second and see if you guys can hear it. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but I personally feel like it gives decent revs for like what it is, and it does move. Like I said, at 300 horsepower, it does move. I drove my business partner's M4 when he had it, and obviously something like that, you're not gonna even compare. But, and like I said, that's in the future. If you guys want to network, any mentorship, whatever it is, you're looking to get into real estate, DM me or get with me somehow, Instagram, whatever, we can do some work. For those people who asking, because I get this a lot, anytime I say I'm in real estate, people say, oh, you're a realtor. I'm not a realtor. I have no type of licensure in that regard. I did go to college. I have a marketing degree and a management degree, but we are not licensed. Everything we do is off market. So we purchase properties. We flip properties in less than 60 days. So we started off wholesaling. Some properties we do still assign, but we've kind of expanded a bit to work with lenders and be able to purchase these properties and build a business around it, not your typical wholesalers. Not that there's anything wrong with wholesaling, but a lot of people in the industry, they're younger and they don't take it. You got to take it serious. You got to build a business around it. So nonetheless, let me know if y'all can hear this. Hold on. Let me get over here. Let me not get a ticket, but I can push it even more. Downshift to 3. It's a fun drive, bro. I'm telling you. Like I do cut up. I'm not gonna lie. I do cut up. But like I said, man, really good, smooth interiors. I like that. So I just was back home. I think I had a 2027, some type of BMW 2027. What was it? 330? I forget exactly what it was, but everything. That car was fun to drive too. I'm not a big fan, and it's funny because when I saw reviews of cars where everything was touchscreen and touch, I thought I liked it, the idea of it seems cool, but when I drove that car and there was not any buttons in the car, it was fairly annoying, and it was also really hot that weekend I had that car. So having to like get in it, and I'm sitting on a seat and I'm hot, the seatbelt's hot, everything's hot, and I'm trying to find the AC controls. It just takes a few more seconds. Even if it takes like 5 seconds to get to the air controls, I very much so rather like that 5 seconds just be spent taking 2 seconds and being like, oh, here are the air controls right here. So I do like that it has a dedicated section where I could just work on my air, hot, cold, whatever it is. One sleeper feature in this car that I do like is it does have like the advanced cruise control, I think it is. So it has, if I click this steering wheel button here, it'll stay in lane, but my foot is on the gas. If I click this button over here on the steering wheel, it's now locked in the speed, and it's gonna drive the car. It's gonna keep me in the lane. It's gonna stop. It'll come to a complete stop. It'll start back up. Like if we're in stop and go traffic, it'll come to a stop. It'll start back up. It'll slow down. Like I don't need to do anything. There are cameras, I think, that you can see from the DJI right here that are paying attention. So sometimes people will ask, oh, do you have to touch the steering wheel every 10 seconds? No, you don't. It does make you touch the steering wheel every now and then. I don't know how it judges when you're paying attention, but it will ask you to just slightly touch the steering wheel. So you see it did it right there. I'm just gonna tap it with my knee and it's back to normal. When I drive my car back, like I'll take road trips 3-4 hours, I use this feature a lot, and it's not annoying with that feature. I don't know if I've gone longer than, like, I think it will ask you to touch it every like 3 to 5 minutes, but I have gone pretty long without it popping up. You just have to pay attention to the road, and like it won't pop up at all. And even if it does, to be honest, I just give it a quick tap with my knee and keep it pushing. It's really good on long straightaways and like roads where there's like a slight turn. It's very helpful. Like I've noticed even just with driver fatigue, when I drive back home and take longer road trips, using this feature, I've honestly finished a road trip and felt this has probably cut back 25% of my fatigue from like actually having to keep my, full attention. Obviously my attention is still on the road, but it's just like, for the past few seconds, I haven't even touched the wheel while I'm talking. It hasn't popped up once. It's just nice to be able to take your foot off the gas. I'm not holding the steering wheel. We're doing a little turn right now on the road, if you can tell, and it's doing just fine. It does even more sharper turns than this. So, yeah, man, love the car, but just want to show you guys some of this little POV. I see people doing a lot of POVs now with really nice cars. I think it's pretty cool. So, may do more of these type of videos, but nonetheless, still trying to figure out what exactly my channel is going to be about. But want to help you guys grow, want to help you guys get better at whatever you're doing, whether it's real estate or whether you're in a 9-to-5. Even if you're not trying to leave your 9-to-5, let me know. Let's link. Let's talk. I've worked for, like I said, a big company. Everyone knows Indeed. I worked for Indeed corporate for a year. Made really good money there. I left to do, only reason I left was to do real estate. And then before that, I did recruiting for tech startups. Help people make millions of dollars. So pretty well versed in the corporate world, in the entrepreneurial world. If you're young, if you're older, whatever you're looking to do to just build your career and become the best that you can be, like, let's just start networking and do what we gotta do, man. It's getting harder, times are getting tougher. You gotta make money, but you gotta be happy and live a fulfilling life at the same time. It's one of the hardest balances of mankind, but when you put the effort and the time in, you can do it. So nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what type of content is cool to see nowadays. I'm gonna just start posting. If you're doing YouTube, man, stop thinking about it, just post. Honestly, I've thought about it so many times over and over again. Granted, I haven't really grown a successful channel, but it's also just cool to vlog your life and get used to having the camera in front of you. Yeah, man, I am planning on, I think I'm gonna start another channel, honestly, with my puppy that I just got. That's 6 months old. He's the cutest thing in the world. I think he deserves a channel because People love to see this little man. But nonetheless, I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'm out of here. Peace.